guys. So back here in the trunk of the Nova, you can see we've got an XS D1600. This is actually temporary. We had a P-Motive 2K 2000 cranking amp lithium battery from Full Spectrum Power that went bad. It's our fault. Just total loss. We drained that thing down to like 6 or 7 volts due to a faulty solid state stop button. We pulled the guts out of this thing unplugging it, and it shorted out and pulled the power out of the battery overnight. So now that we got all that stuff resolved, all the electrical issues are fixed, you know, we sent that battery back to Full Spectrum. They're great guys over there, man. And the guy talked to me for an hour about their batteries and discharge and, you know, how to maintain those things, alternators. I mean, everything, every question that I had, that guy more than answered. And I think he actually, like, we had talked twice last week, and the last time he had called me back at like 7 o'clock at night on a Friday, and just gave me just a mountain of information. So check those guys out, Full Spectrum Power. But anyways, this battery was just for the interim. You know, the car does have a 180 amp 16 volt alternator that works really well, but while the car is running, that 180 amps is being pretty used up. So we talked to them. We sent back the other battery to get repaired. We told them we had some weight concerns about the car, and we didn't really want to take away from the car. You know, this thing was built all steel, all glass, full interior. The last episode, we pulled the bumper brackets off and replaced them with some Lingenfelter aluminum brackets. And we also pulled the inner fenders out. So after looking at this thing for a few days, the inner fenders are going back in. It was, I think, 14, 15 pounds for their inner fenders, but they make the car, man. They look so good. So inner fenders are going back in. We're gonna go up another 14 pounds. This battery is what has been in the car while we've been weighing it. This battery is 48 pounds, I believe. And this ICT billet bracket is not light either. So Full Spectrum Power sent us, I think it's called the P-Motive 16 Lite. Same battery that like a lot of PDRA guys run. Ron Rhodes runs it. So more than enough power for what we need. It's 1250 cranking amps, half the size of this. With the new bracket that they sent us, we're looking at around 11.5 pounds. So we're definitely gonna cut some weight by switching to that battery. So let's take a look at the new job. Okay, so here's the P-Motive Lite 16 with the bracket. This bracket is super lightweight, and it's actually very good looking. Here's the top of it here. Looks like, damn, so that's what we're looking like. Much better, a lot more compact. You can see that thing's not big at all. So let's get it in the trunk, and let's do some comparison here. So as you can see, there is a very noticeable size difference here, which is crazy because this little battery, you know, will run laps around this gel style battery. You know, XS isn't a terrible company. I used to run the S&D 1600s, you know, the gel style batteries. They're great, they're affordable. They also offer a lithium battery, but as far as lithium technology goes, I mean, you can't beat these guys. That's all they do is batteries. They don't do alternators, they don't do voltage step downs, they don't do any other parts. They just focus primarily on batteries, solely on batteries, I should say. So I think they started out in the power sports industry with motorcycles, and realized the demand for us drag racing guys trying to cut weight and needing a lot of power. So, you know, they're super great products. But like I said, 1250 cranking amps, 24 amp hour. This is more than enough. So we're gonna get this big thing out, get this bracket out, and throw this thing in and get it wired up and see what kind of crankage we get. Here's the charger that they supply with their batteries. It's made by Optimate. They'll be the first to tell you you can get these chargers almost anywhere. You can get them from Amazon, you can get them from your local battery store. They don't really have like a proprietary charger for their batteries. I think this one is 7.5 amp. Optimate also makes a 15 amp, but you know, the lower the better. These things shouldn't lose much voltage, you know, throughout your pass. So these chargers are really nice, super easy to use. They do 12 and 16 volt lithium. Like I said, you can get them anywhere. So if one goes bad or something happens, you don't have to, you know, wait for a charger specifically made for that battery to come. So we showed you the quick disconnect before. This is our reasoning behind it. It's just so much easier to just plug it in instead of using clips. So we're gonna charge this thing up and see how it does. Obviously our install is done. This thing has 8 terminals, you know, positive on one side, negative on the other. So you can run a lot of terminal ends of these things. They have nice silicone covers that go over them when you're not using them. Just super nice, super sleek, clean looking. I think the only problem we have now is our trunk mat has a clean spot in it where that giant battery bracket used to be. So I don't know, maybe we can get this thing to clean up a little bit. It's brand new. It's also a spare tire ring, because we had a spare tire, obviously. So let's charge this thing up, see how it does.